it may have even kind of gone towards a river or something, but it had this large oak tree in the backyard that was just beautiful. I mean, it was just absolutely this just exquisite property.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was absolutely gorgeous. But we have 5 children. And so with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, I was trying to think, you know, where would all the kids camp because they couldn't all fit in the house.
Yeah.
So that was the issue.
So you just couldn't find the large enough house in Brownsville.
We could not find a large enough house.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of new construction on the hill. But if I were to live in Brownsville, I would want to have a house that was close enough to where you could walk to everything in the center of town, like to the post office and to the museum and everything else there.
Right.
I wanted the Brownsville experience, not living in new construction Brownsville where you're still kind of removed.
Yeah. What about a loft?
Well,
Buying one of the buildings down and converting it to a loft for 5 kids and stuff.
Well, I think, you know, we wanted property. I mean, we wanted to have land for a dog, and, you know, we still wanted to have, like, land.
Yeah.
You know, if it was just my husband and myself, something like that would be just fine. But we definitely, you know, need to have space.
Yeah.
So that did not work. But I would retire in Brownsville in a second.
So you work for...
I do. I work for Windermere.
All right. Are they a progressive company?
Oh, Windermere, absolutely. Here in Eugene, they have close to 40% of the market share here in Lane County.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Huh.
And, you know, that percentage of the market share, you're looking at, you know, 20 plus other real estate companies taking up the other 60% of the market share. So that's a significant amount.
Well, I'm thinking about contacting Amazon and say, hey, buy one of these storefronts and have a user-friendly, you know, I mean, where people go in and have coffee and things like that, and have computers and go on the internet, talk with people, just like you and I'm coming here to Selco Bank, and we're sharing ideas. We, you know, if we made a connection, Brownsville, you know, and we're not. I don't think we're getting that on the internet. We're missing the human contact.
Right.
You know, that happens almost spontaneously. You know, it's a miracle that people are kind of like drawn to each other, and that doesn't happen. We're missing that human element, that human scale on Amazon.
Is so internet-based now that people, I mean, they often don't even think about communicating with each other anymore. And I think it's coming back to where people want to. But there's not kind of a venue for people to do that anymore. So it's going from internet-based everything to which people still want that convenience, but people still yearn for the human interaction and communication.
Exactly. So if you had a virtual Brownsville and you took an interest, you know, let's say you donated $20 to the museum, then you go, hey, you know what, let's go to Brownsville. You know, I'm a deputy sheriff now because I donated money to the library and the museum, you know, at the same time. So I feel like I'm part of that town.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, it's like you're buying into it. So
exactly.
You also feel a sense of responsibility now because you've bought in.
Right. You want to succeed. It's the same thing with a restaurant. If a new restaurant opens up and you go in there, you know, and the food's good and you like the ambience and stuff, and you go, wait a minute, I want to come back because I want to see this place succeed.
Right.
So when you go there, you're part owner.
Right.
You know, of the place. So we also get the Sunday drive in that, you know. So it would be nice to see this idea be spread with your real estate company.
That is something that's very interesting. I would like to let it percolate and think because I am a serious out-of-the-box thinker.
Yes.
And I think that interesting things can happen with that, and I completely hear what you're saying. I think that something could really form with that.
Right.
One thing, have you thought of crowdsource funding?
What?
Crowdsource funding?
Crowdsource
funding.
How do you spell that?
Like crowd, C-R-O-W-D, and then source,
source.
S-O-U-R-C-E, and then funding.
No.
Yeah. So there are several sites, and I know this from my independent filmmaking, where you create a video and you put it up online, and then people from around the country or around the world look at what your project is, your cause is, and then they donate to that. And then they basically are buying into whatever that cause is to donate to that cause. And with that, you can say, okay, if you donate $100, you get to be an honorary Brownsville member or whatever. If you donate $500, you get this. Or if you donate $1,000, this. Or if you donate $5,000, you get a key to the city, or whatever it is. And so you create this campaign to get funded for whatever it is you want to get funded for. And people get millions of dollars for these different projects. And there's like Indiegogo is one popular crowdsource funding place to do that. But you create a video and then you basically write kind of a long thing on what it is you're looking for, and you put it up there, and people just start donating because they believe in your cause.
It's like, hallelujah, the clouds have opened up.
It is sunny outside.
There's a big yes written, on the sky and stuff like that. Wow. That's a shoe-in, because Brownsville could be a cookie cutter for other towns. Not every town, but I think I want to give towns that really care, like have a museum and art, really care about their towns and really want to see something happen, get a priority, So we're going to need some kind of like board of directors to review, But this is definitely exactly what it's the next chapter, in this epiphany that happened yesterday.
Wow. Yeah.
When I saw that owner on the internet, saying,
doing his little thing.
Yeah, but he's not doing what he loves.
Please go right ahead. It's all yours.
He's not doing what he loves.
Right.
And I think there will be people that will see him and get to know him. You have a Sykes interviews or something like that. Say, I like this guy. I want him to succeed. I want him to go.
Yes, they sure are. I know. You need to have two on the cookies and cream, right?
Right? Anyway, I got to get some bank statements.
Okay.
Kate, absolutely a miracle meeting you. I'm going to follow through. What's that called?
Oh, you know what? Let me write it down for you.
Okay.
So it's crowd source funding, and Indiegogo is kind of the most popular one.
Okay.
But one interesting thing about that is if you have people buying in from, let's say, all over the country, you can do something where you have a gathering of all the people who have bought in to come to Brownsville once a year.
Right, for the Bohemian Bun Bee-In.
Exactly, or something like that, which is then bringing traffic into the city. And that could be almost a platform for, other similar cities, as you were saying. So.
Yeah, well, they've already got people from Japan coming for the Stand By Me, the movie Stand By Me was filmed there. People from Japan come to Japan to see this because they love the 1950s ambience or whatever. Exactly. So when you gather people together, for the Bohemian Bun Bee, and if it happens, then people start networking and making connections.
Exactly. And it's just getting it started, and then once you're able to get it started properly, on a good platform, then it just kind of explodes. But you need to make the fireworks, happen first.
It's happening.
That's awesome.
It's just, this firework happened, it's just expanding. It's one of those beautiful chrysanthemums. I can never say that word.
Chrysanthemum?
Yes.
Don't ask me to say it again.
The chrysanthemums movement.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'm going to